Hey everyone, this is Mike Lovelace with Real Dead, and today we're going to answer a question that's been asked already on our video that we just put out yesterday. And is the RIP pass worth it for a Mad Monster event? Now, this is the first Mad Monster event I had went to. I know they have the party, the expo, they have one in Arizona, they got one down in Atlanta. So I'm going to tell you what it includes, the price of it, and then I'm going to tell you if I thought it was worth it or not. So check out this video, hang out with us, and let's go. All right, so let's just go straight to the website and read what it says on the Mad Monster Expo or Party 2023, what it said. And this can change every year, so please check their websites to make sure prices or other information has changed or has not changed. It says an RIP is a Mad Monster Expo attendee that pays a premium for preferred access to all screenings, signings, events, and the exclusive RIP lounge, a gift bag full of gruesome goodies, and early entry into the show. RIP tickets are extremely limited, and when they're gone, they're gone. So I had bought mine the week of and was still able to purchase them for the Mad Monster Expo 2023 in Concord, North Carolina. We got in on a Friday, and we just kind of checked out the entry area where you're going to be able to get your tickets and all that early. And then at 1 hour before the event starts, you're able to go ahead and get your tickets. And this is any kind of tickets. It doesn't matter if it's RIP or the other type tickets. So on Friday, an hour before the event started, I went and got my bracelet. Now the bracelet for an RIP member was a yellow or a greenish yellow colored bracelet, little band that you put on your wrist. My son was with me. He is 12 and under. They get him free. So we got him a band as well for all 3 days. Then that band also allows you to get into the event 30 minutes early. So for example, if it started on Friday at 6 o'clock, at 5:30, you could go ahead and they would let the RIP members in. On the very first day of the event, you'll go in and get your RIP goodie bag, which has your t-shirt and some other things. I'm going to show a video clip in this video of what all I got. So they do take you to a lounge first. You go through another line there. Now that's going to be all RIP members. So when you go through that line, you're getting your goodie bag. They check you off a list, and then you can do with whatever you want in the goodie bag. But then you go back and get in line to go. No, actually, you went straight from that to when they told you the event was opened up into the main auditorium or main convention hall room. Then they let you go straight in from the RIP room straight into there. Now, if you're coming in on the second or third day, it's probably a little different. You probably would still go to your RIP lounge and get your bag, and then you go over to the event like everybody else. So also you get into the event, like I said, 30 minutes early. That's great because you get to go and straight to the vendors that you want to buy and check out, or just take a quick walk around before they let everybody else in. I will say this, the 2 days I went, not many of those signing autographs were there right at the time the RIP members went in. Now, that may be different at other shows. Just the Friday and Saturday I went, there was only a handful. I know probably 1 or 2 in there right at that time. I know PJ Souls was one of those that was in there ready to sign autographs, and I went straight to her line. Also, this gets you into the RIP lounge. That's a cool lounge area. So if you get tired during the event and you want to go sit down or get something to drink or get a snack, they have snacks in there. They have coffee, they have water, they have like popcorn, cookies, pretzels. They have things like that so you can snack on. A nice area to sit in the one in Concord. They had nice chairs. They had tables everywhere. It was decorated for Halloween with spiders and stuff like that on the wall. They had music playing, which was pretty cool. And then they had a movie playing. I know that I saw Jason 10 was playing one day. Terminator was playing another time. RoboCop at another time. So just a heads up on that. They also, and I don't know if they're supposed to do this or not, they allowed my son, who was 12 years old, to come in there with me, even though he didn't have the RIP bracelet. But that's because he got him free all 3 days. So I felt very safe with him in there. There's a couple of workers that are always in to check on things and be there if you need anything. Now, the biggest thing for me, the biggest advantage was the lines, the autograph lines. Um, when, for example, Doug Bradley was signing, played in Hellraiser, Pinhead, he was signing autographs. And I looked at the line, it was probably 60, 75 people deep. And there was a person with a red shirt on. They have Stiff on the back of it, which is props up to Mad Monster for that. That's a cool shirt. But all you have to do is show them. They give you a little button that said RIP, not VIP, RIP, which is really cool as well. And they say, "Oh, you're a RIP member." They moved me from the back of the line to the very front of the line. And if there's other RIPs at the front, you just go in order behind the last RIP. That's what happened with Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder's line probably had, I'm just saying, 100 to 150 people in line when I went up to it. It was out the hallway and down the hall. I went up to the front of the line. There was probably 5 or 6 other RIPs ahead of me. I went behind them. Now, on long lines like that, sometimes they alternate. They'll let the person that's been waiting for a very long time go, and then an RIP member. Then the person that hasn't went, that's been waiting for a long time go, and then RIP. So they alternate every other one. They did that on the Kane Hodder one. They didn't do that on the Doug Bradley. They moved me straight up to the very front. They also did that on Rose McGowan. They moved me to the very front of that one. Same thing with Heather Langenkamp, front of that one. And then PJ Souls was only one other person in front of me to start with, because that we got hers on a Friday night, like at 5:35 when they first opened up, 5:40, something like that. So long story short is, do I think it's worth it or not? We got the prices here, and this is as of 2023, and these prices definitely could go up. But let me give you an idea of the prices we're looking at. So this RIP bracelet was $199. And that got you in for all 3 days. They say it's very limited on how many they sell. I don't know what that number is, or it may be, maybe a sales pitch. I don't know. But I was able to get one 4 days out from the event. Maybe I got lucky. I don't know. It also, I forgot to mention, this also moves you up like on the photo ops. So they were having photo ops with Kane Hodder, and there was probably, it felt like 150, 200 people in line for that. And we got moved up to the very front with the other RIP members instead of waiting in the back of that line as well. And we were running a little bit late to that photo op, so just a heads up on that as well. So it saved us many hours of waiting in line for autographs and being able to get the front. Also, it gives you the first 4 or 5 rows of the Q&A sessions. Like they had Kane Hodder, Doug Bradley, PJ Souls, the cast for Terrifier. When they were speaking at the Q&A events, they had about 5 rows. The first 5 rows on both sides were reserved for RIP members. So you got to, we sat on the front row for the Terrifier cast. All right, so let's talk about the price. For in 2023, general admission on Friday or Sunday was $35 a person. You can get a Shriek-In 3-day pass for $80, or you can get the RIP for $199. So you have to figure in your head, is it worth it or not? If you come on Saturday, is it worth the $45 and you wait in very long lines to see whoever you want to, or get autographs or what you want? Or is the $199 worth it? And you go to the very front, get in 30 minutes early. Even if, in a situation where you maybe only go 2 days, is it worth it? In my humble opinion, I definitely think it was worth it. We went 2 days, Friday and Saturday. We left at about 5 o'clock on the second day. Both days we got in 30 minutes earlier. We got to move to the front of the line. We had 7 different autographs from 7 different people. But we had multiple, like Kane Hodder, we had 3 things done. Doug Bradley, 2 things done. So if you look at that, we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 autographs signed. We didn't have to wait hardly at all in line. The RIP lounge was a big hit, because if we got tired of walking around or standing up, we just went in there for a few minutes, waited till the Q&A session, and watched a movie, got something to drink, ate pretzels, did whatever you wanted to do. So that was really nice too, having that lounge. And then also in that lounge area, you will see occasionally, like PJ Souls came in there and got her something to drink and just sat down for a few minutes. I don't know if they go and stay in other areas as well, but that RIP lounge is available for those vendors and those that sign autographs to come in there and kind of hang out too, if they're waiting between times or something. So again, thanks for checking this video out. In my humble opinion, even on 2 days, it's worth it. If you go 3 days, definitely worth it. Avoid those long lines. If you're very frugal and you don't want to spend the money, don't. But don't get frustrated when you see somebody with an RIP move to the front of the line. I saw a couple of people kind of look at you funny, like, what do you think you're doing? But then they noticed somebody else would tell them, hey, they got an RIP. They paid extra for that. So definitely worth it, in my opinion. And a big hats off to the Mad Monster stiffs, the volunteers. They did an excellent job. The expo that we went to in Concord, North Carolina was very well organized, well ran. I've been to other conventions before, not in the horror, but in the Comic-Con, and it was nowhere near ran as organized as this was. So thank you guys. Please like and subscribe to Real Dead. We're your horror channel. Grab us on Facebook as well, Real Dead Horror Community. But please like, comment, subscribe. Have you ever bought this? Have you not? What'd you think about it? We're thinking about going to Atlanta next. And if we do, we're definitely going to buy the RIP. Have a good one. Bye.